All right, grasshoppers. Yes, it is Wednesday, pump day. No, it's not hump day. We're not just trying to get through the week. It's pump day. And it is 3:00, which means it is the great Jillian A. Brown of Jillian A. Brown Photography here. How are you doing there, bud?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Yes. I'm thinking of growing like a little bit of scruff. What do you think? It's scruff or no?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think scruff is always good.
Okay, good. I like scruff. Yeah, good. It was
Yeah,
funny. I was
like
just,
managed, like the little patchiness, questionable.
Yeah.
But.
Good scruff. So I was just thinking about it before you joined me, and I know you love dogs, and we've been joking around about the dog situation here, and it was hilarious because one dog started barking. It's a nice day here. The next dog started. It's like 5 dogs barking at the same time. It's pretty funny. I know you
Did you join in again?
Yes. Oh yeah. Totally.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, we were just at the store, and I didn't see it, but Ryan saw this puppy. He's like, "Killer's a puppy," and in my head, I'm like, "Oh, he shouldn't have told me. He doesn't know yet." And I ran over, started snuggling the puppy, and he's like, "Oh, you have an appointment?" I'm like, "What appointment? This is my appointment, I think." Like 8-week-old puppy, smelt that puppy breath, just like,
oh, isn't that good? Oh, the puppy breath, that is good. Yes, definitely.
So soft. I don't know what Bernese mountain dog or something like that, or a Saint Bernard. I don't know, big fluffy, like super cute.
Yeah, no, they are. Puppies are good, right? Oh, dogs in general. Yeah, I love dogs.
Yeah, I was just dog sitting. Old sled dog.
Yeah. How'd that go for the weekend?
Oh, it was so nice having a dog around again.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That dog's used to you now, anyways, because you guys have been for a month now. Haven't you been living together?
Yeah, but he was still adjusting, and then he's adjusting to his parents. Like they both have been doing courses and things. So Bradley up doing his course, and then Katie back and forth to the city. So I think that is kind of has thrown him off too. And then. Yeah, now I've been taking him for walks and everything. And so some nights he'd like stay in my room. Some nights he's going into their room. But he definitely seemed pretty content and happy. Well, we had him. Yeah. And he also helped himself to like a pound of butter. So.
Barry, calling Tom that? What kind of dog is? Oh, okay. Yeah. So they're going back and forth here. What kind of dog is it? A husky.
The dog I was watching is an Alaskan Husky. So this is our friend Bradley's dog, who will be on the show soon, and Brad will tell you more about it. But Jerry was his lead dog in the Iditarod, so dog sledding race. And an Alaskan Husky, you look at it and you think Husky, but you also think, wow, that Husky is way too thin to be a Husky, because they're generally Siberian Huskies bred with some sort of hound, and it's to get the different qualities and traits for races. So the majority of sled dogs now are Alaskan Huskies, which isn't considered a breed yet. It's basically a mutt. And they use the hound for the long legs and the fast pace. And then they use the Husky for the fur and the ability to haul a lot of weight and as well as distance travel. Yeah, so you'll get a really wide variety of looks with them.
Very cool. Speaking of Brad's, I know we got to get him on the show. Really cool guy. Have you seen his video that he put together to try to get on Survivor? Did he show you that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So we've been going. I was just helping a little bit. He had one to start with, and then he added to it and everything. And he added all like videos of some of the stuff that he'd done, like the racing and everything. And, he's got the skeleton where he goes down head first in the sled. So it's pretty cool when it put together all of those things that he's done in his life. Some really cool adventures. You told me about it when you see it in the video. It's great to watch. So it's good. Hope he gets on the show.
Yeah, that's so great. That's all I was thinking was if he had video footage of all of the things that he's done, he's got to be a shoo-in. Same with like basically any of those reality shows. Who wouldn't want a person like that? As well as in those videos, he usually shows some of his character and his personality.
Yeah.
And he's got a hilarious personality. He's super entertaining. So he would be great to watch on TV.
Yeah. Well, even like, just to have the dream, he wants to build a hotel. And he's serious about this. He wants to build a hotel in space. So a lot of people are going to look at like we've got to have this guy on the show. Some of his dreams are right? Space is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah, he's living life. That man. That's good. That's very cool.
Yeah,
so you've been doing
funny.
a lot more artwork, right? A lot more commissioning with artwork and everything.
A little bit more. Yeah, working on hopefully getting some more going here. The weather's just been so terrible that can't even offer photo shoots at all. So normally this time of year is when you make tons of money as a photographer, like if you're doing family photos and stuff, because it's right before Christmas, so everybody wants their family photos, Christmas cards. Yeah, but that's the way it is every year. You kind of just hope that you get some nice weather for a couple weekends to get some shoots in. Yeah.
How's the training? How's the training going? Still get up in the morning working out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm out
your neighbor, Larry Melnick, who lives in Vancouver. I don't know if I told you this or not, but he, hold on one second. Oh yeah, that's your nickname, Jelly Bean.
Yeah, that one's next.
Okay. So his Nick, he's always picking on me because I wear a black.
Well, you have the new shade of black on today, so I'm not surprised he's mentioning it.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for backing me up. Like Larry thinks he's like a fashion model, just like he puts on the cologne for who puts on a cologne for a broadcast on Facebook? I mean, like nobody's gonna smell.
Is that his photo on that came up there on the profile?
Yeah, it's like about a 30-year-old picture though. Like you won't put one.
Okay, I was gonna say when was that from? But I didn't want to be rude in case that's like.
His wife is beautiful today as she is in that picture, but he,
they look like a lovely couple.
Yes. Well, halfway. She's a wonderful person. He's like, we're still like, we really started our broadcast on Thursday. Well, it evolved into really like a therapy session for Larry because we're trying to figure out why he's so miserable all the time. He did go through some things so I love doing this when he's listening and he can't talk back. So when he was in school, he was a kid in school. He said something in the yearbook like he dreamed of playing in the National Hockey League. And some little girl in his class said, "Listen, the only thing you're going to be doing is driving the Zamboni."
That's amazing.
I feel like he's scarred for life. And when I do my Sunday cooking show, I put all the pictures up on the wall. So I found a hockey player driving a Zamboni. So that's up there on the wall too. So we pretend that's Larry Melnick driving a Zamboni.
So great. Has he ever driven a Zamboni? Now you're going to have to ask him that. No? He's going to have to check that off the bucket list.
Yeah, I know. You know what we should do too? I'd love to get you to, we got to do something because he drives around with his car with the two Stanley. Now, to his credit, he was on 2 Stanley Cups with the Edmonton Oilers. So and he drives around that car with the Stanley Cups on the car. So we should
he's in North Vancouver?
Yeah. That's like 45 minutes for you, right? I'd love to get you.
Well, I do lots of painting work in that area. When I'm painting, it's North Vancouver, West Vancouver area. Okay. When I'm staying in the Jeep too, camped out. So I could do a little like drive around. There's got to only be one car with 2 Stanley Cups.
I know. Nobody else would do that. He's in.
Coquitlam. Okay.
How far is that?
Right now I'm up at Cultus Lake. So right now, it's I don't know, to Coquitlam from here. Coquitlam from here would be like an hour, maybe.
All right, that's too far to go do it. Sometime when you're in that area, though, we get you to go by his place and get a picture of you standing in front of the car with the 2 Stanley Cups. Yeah, well, Larry does it. So Larry, if he was really a nice guy, he would invite you over for dinner if you're in that area. And but
he's not that nice.
Well, he only eats sausage and cheese. So that's he tries to get as many.
I like that.
Yeah. He said
I wouldn't complain.
He says he cooks. It'd be interesting to see if he can really cook, but yeah.
I'm a great judge of cooking.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a fantastic judge. I will eat whatever you put in front of me, and I will continue to eat it all and then leave and tell you about it later after I finish eating.
Nice. Okay. So like if you did not like his cooking, would you say so? Would you feel comfortable like saying so? You'd have to leave.
Oh no, because I like being fed, so I'm not going to tell somebody that their food is bad because then they won't feed me ever again.
All right. So the running joke is, and this is kind of it's gotten to be carried away with, but we joke that it all started that Larry was going to buy a new barbecue. but he had to go golfing. So his wife finally got fed up and said, listen, I'll just go do it. So he made his wife go by the barbecue, which is typically not, I'm stereotyping, I'm saying, but it's typically a man's job. You go by the barbecue. So now it's become that his wife, Rochelle, again, is a fantastic person. She does all the housework around the house. Like he gets up on the roof and cleans the gutters. And so if you come over, I'm sure that's the way he's going to treat you too, that you have to get up on the roof. So,
Okay. Well, I'm fine with that.
Okay. That's right. You don't mind that stuff at all. That'd be cool. Yeah.
No, that would be totally fine. Yeah. Does he need some painting done? Because I'm a painter. I got all my gear.
Okay.
I could use some work.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's true. So
hey,
Larry
he wants to spread the word. I go to those places and I just camp out in my Jeep, like I was saying before. So if he has work in that area, I'll happily go and do painting work. Or if he knows of anybody or wants to spread it around.
He's got a big mansion on, he calls it Melnick Mountain. So I think if he was really any kind of a friend, like you're my friend, he's my friend, so in connection with all of us, then you'd think that he would invite you to stay there while you work and cook you meals and everything too. If that, I mean, I think that would be appropriate, but yeah, just saying.
Yeah.
We'll see what he says now. He isn't talking to us now.
Nice.
All right. So what's next? What's going on today? Any new and exciting stuff going on in the life of Jillian A. Brown?
Well, I'm up at Cultus Lake right now.
Oh, nice.
Staying with a guy.
Oh, nice. There you go.
So yeah.
Good
So that's
deal.
new in my life.
Very good. Nice. Very happy for you. That's excellent. What's his name?
He's Ryan.
Good.
He's sitting just over here. We met.
Hey,
yeah,
Ryan.
I met him. He's like looking very judging him right now. He's a cop, and I met him at the camp. He came up to the camp, so we've known each other for quite a while.
Nice.
As pretty good friends. Yeah.
Good. Oh,
He's a sweetheart.
Here's the reaction. So Ira is heartbroken.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Hearts are breaking all over the world. Oh my God.
I contemplated not saying anything and keeping it the like false social media reality of everyone is single and everyone has a chance and all of that side of things. But
that's cool. Good job.
Sorry. 3,500 miles away.
Yeah. Oh well, God.
Pardon me. Pipe dreams. Ryan has watched you and I since day one on here. He's a devoted fan. So yeah.
He's a cop.
Yep.
Okay, good. We maybe get him on a show. Maybe him and I are on a show. We can talk about you, and him and I can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you go on Tom's show and chat with Tom?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about hockey.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't. He said he wouldn't have much to say about the hockey side, but he definitely has concussion experience and that side of things. If you want to chat about that, and probably some perspective on some of the things that we've chatted about too. I mean, he came up to the camp for that side of things to learn tools and everything too, right? So
that's excellent. Very good. I've got tomorrow. I've got a huge honor. It's at the Veterans Day Parade down in Manhattan. So the Rangers asked me to represent them, so I'll be marching to the parade in Manhattan.
Amazing! Wow, that is an incredible honor. Good for you.
When they asked me to do it, they were like questioning, "Do you want to do it? Do I want to do it? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm walking.
Yeah, that's amazing. Are you going to wear a black shirt or maybe like dress it up something nice?
I've got some black shirts with some military themes on it, so maybe I'll wear a black shirt like with that going on. Yeah, that's a good point. I have to wear a black shirt. Yeah,
or red or
get to red, get to black. I don't know. I think the only
That's amazing though.
Yeah, I was very happy. I'm looking forward to it. So it's we go down like at 9:30 in the morning, got to check in, and then I think the parade, we have all these ceremonies and everything before the parade, and then March. So it'll be cool. Yeah, it'll be real cool.
Yeah.
I'll get some videos and everything. So
of course.
I have to wear a black t-shirt. Yeah.
You're going to like go live from the parade?
You know what? I may do that. I'm going to probably do that live. And then I'll do some other videos I can post on Friday too. So I'm hoping I probably end up having to do the afternoon show at 2:00. I'll probably have to do that down the city, which might be pretty cool too, up the street. So
yeah, that'd be neat. Somewhere different.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So do you know for sure? Like you said, you're going to do that race rock thing again. Are you doing that for sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. April 15th to June 15th or 30th, something like that. But yeah. I signed on to do 2 months. And I think I'd be back. I think I'll be going back to the same time, like September as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited. Yeah, and from doing that, I got in. I was accepted to the Canadian Conservation Photographers Collective, which is a brand new organization. They added me as their newest member, and I think they only are accepting one more, which is a big deal. The photographers and videographers that are in this, or filmmakers, are pretty heavy hitters. Yeah, so to be within that group is like a huge honor to me. Yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, huge opportunities. We want to be doing education and doing public speaking. And because they all have a name too, it's a really, it'll be really great for opportunities.
Yeah. Kind of, I know you're this topic that's near dear to your heart too, but remember we talked the last show about that Pittsburgh situation where the one coach had abused. So they made a financial settlement, and so that appears like it's over with. But on top of that, there's a girl playing high school hockey. She was a goaltender, and I guess the crowd from the opposing school really harassed her. And I don't know the details, but it seemed like it was like obviously very inappropriate stuff. And the Penguins, to their credit, I really backed her and put a lot of stuff together to really support her and show that she wasn't alone and everything. So that was a good sign. And the reason I bring that up, those two things in connection, like one of the things you and I talked about, and one of the things you taught me is, and I learned from Sheldon Kenny as well, but you've taught me more recently that part of the issue, the abuse obviously is bad, but it's the making sure that there's the place where the victim can go to report the abuse that is going to be believed and supported, right? So at least they're starting to learn a little bit, although we have another case in Anaheim where the general manager there, a guy I played against, is Bob Murray. He's been put on administrative leave because I guess he was so inappropriate in the office. I don't know the details of it, but he was that old crusty guy that was being crude to people. So yeah.
Ryan and I were chatting after our last talk last week, you and I, we were talking about how I had stated that there isn't anything for like a person who reports it. And the person gets arrested, the abuser gets arrested, spends a night in jail. And then they have like a court date. Right. And there's not something in place for the person that's been hurt to feel protected. And he shared with me kind of the process of it, and that there is something in place, but it's essentially just paper, right? It's just, okay, you can't go within certain areas or distances, right? Around the person. And it's like, by the time the person is within those areas, what's a piece of paper going to do? It's not going to stop them at the door. And it just means that a phone call, they act quicker, but by that time, that person's hopefully not done too much harm. That's where, when I'm saying like there's nothing in place, that's what I mean, because that's as good as nothing. Essentially, when somebody's now been called upon and called out and had action taken, they're way more angry. Trust me. They're not going to be like, oh, now I understand that I was hurting you because you sent me to jail for a night. Oh, I'm sorry. They're going to say that to get in your door. And then, oh, take me back. Oh, I'll never do it again. Yeah.
Right. And didn't you mention that was even in your case when you tried to report, he got more angry, and that's when he knocked the phone out of your hand, right? Was that the? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It gets worse and worse because there's almost more comfort that they've gotten away with it, and then there's more anger each time, or however it works. Their energy level is just building every time because they're not appropriately releasing it or moving their energy. So a lot of the time, the apology that comes from a person, I do believe, is genuine because they are losing control. So they're not meaning to necessarily do the things that they're doing. They just have no control over it because they don't know how to move that energy appropriately. So a lot of the time well, at least in my case, it was, you're going to have to remove yourself, Jill. Like, you know that I can't control it. You're going to have to remove yourself. It's whether I could actually physically remove myself. I had to be able to get out of that, which I generally wasn't able to. That was the...
And that's the part where people, you hear comments like, well, why, not just in your case, but like, well, why wouldn't they just leave, right? People simplify it. They don't understand all the things that are going on, right? The fear and like, even like you said with the finances, right? I mean, he's controlling all the money. You're going to leave with, $300 in your pocket. So
yeah, there's so much, and there's attachment, and you think that the person loves you. And there's all the psychological side is so much harder to deal with. The physical side, you get over instantly. For the most part. I mean, yeah, you might have some pain physically, but it heals much quicker than that thought process of, okay, next time, like, what's going to happen, or what's going to happen if I do this or that. And each scenario is different. Who knows? Some people are being threatened in a relationship, or they know the person has a gun, or whatever it may be. But it's pretty similar, the psychological side of it, where there's just that fear is just instilled. And yeah, as well as just the manipulation and the breakdown of your overall confidence and self-esteem too, where it's you basically think you couldn't do any better, or you're the one that's doing something wrong. So they're not leaving you. So you're the one that needs to fix something. Yeah.
Good. So maybe like with Ryan there, maybe we'll just like replace you and just put Ryan on the show for next week, right? We'll just say, sure. Maybe I'll give him a few weeks to really get to know you, and then we can talk about you behind your back. What do you think?
Go for it.
I'm kidding you. I'm just
go for it. He'll share all the goods, I'm sure.
There you go.
He walked away, so.
Oh, did he? All right.
Yeah.
That's
right. You guys will have a good chat. He's really funny, and
Where's he from? He's from BC.
He lives in BC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And from Alberta originally.
Oh, cool.
The show is now about you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ratings just went up.
Yeah, Ryan says ratings just went up.
There you go. And thank him for his service too, for being a police officer, for protecting everybody too. They
say thank you for being a police officer too, and for protecting everybody.
Well, thanks for giving me a job to do.
He says thanks for giving him a job to do.
Good, I like it. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What else is new, Tom?
Trying to think what else is new. Oh, I'm volunteering to, I get paid a little bit of money, but I'm coaching. I'm an assistant coach for a high school women's hockey team.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
How did you get involved in that?
Well, as a young woman that lives in our condominium complex, really nice. And I hadn't known her. A friend of mine, she got a dog, and a friend of mine they had this dog walking group. So a friend of mine got to know her, and she was saying how she got the job and was looking for assistant coaches. And the guy goes, well, Tom Laidlaw lives in the same complex. So, I'm like you too. Like I'm thinking, she asked me, I said, yeah, let's do it. It's another challenge. I get some time in my hands, so we'll do another challenge. So it's
awesome.
Fun. Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, the girls are great to coach. They're fantastic. Yeah.
I miss coaching so much. I loved it.
I know.
Yeah. Coaching soccer and volleyball, and coached every age of soccer, boys from 7 to 16-year-olds, girls, 13-year-olds. Yeah. It was so great. It was nothing like it.
It is, because boys, the same. It's you've done it. It's like making a difference in their life too, right? It's like using the sport, whatever it is, to give them life lessons, and I'm looking forward to one. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. My dad definitely instilled that really good as a coach. It was always probably once a month at a meeting. He would really make a point of having us sitting down, doing our stretches, and he'd come over and say, like, if you ever need anything. Or if you're at that age where we understand there's like drinking and sneaking out and doing these things, and you have my phone number, you have my wife's phone number, like Jill's phone number, house. If you ever need anything, a ride, feel free to call, and there won't be any questions asked. We'll make sure that you guys get home. Yeah, and he did that one time for a friend. Yeah, they didn't ask. I told them the person called and needed help, and they drove us out there, and we picked her up and got her out of there. Yeah, no questions.
Yeah, see, that's the great thing about coaching. It's not just showing up in whatever sport it is. It's like the whole, you've got an opportunity to really be a mentor for these kids too. So,
oh yeah, this is, my dad just sent out the retirement email for the team. He's coached them now. He's coached the majority of that group. We've been together since we were 10, 11 years old. Right. And so it's been like 20 years that he's coached that same group. So he's watched us all grow, like all of them grow up. He's been to all the weddings and met their kids now and all sorts of stuff. So because he's got 5 grandkids, he's now retiring from that team in hopes that the grandkids, none are mine. It's in hopes that the grandkids will be in a sport that he can coach. So.
Oh, cool. That's nice. Excellent. Really good. I actually, you know, it's interesting to do this coaching job. I had to go through these modules online, and one was the reporting process for any kind of abuse. And it was pretty cool. For the state of Connecticut, it was, you know, like they're very strict. You know, I had 12 hours to make an oral report. Then you had, I think, like 36 hours to put in. And like, it was like, this was the law. Like if you're going to be a coach, that's your responsibility to get that stuff done. So I thought it was pretty cool that the process, and they seemed like they had a whole follow-up system and everything to help out. So it was interesting to see that. It's funny because, you know, here it is, this high school sports. But then, you know, the professional leagues can't seem to get it right when they're dealing with all the people they're dealing with. But
right, it's almost like they didn't go through the bare minimum coaching class. Like I had to take coaching courses as well. And the thing that I remember most was not rules and regulations, but it was the moral side and the ethical side of like, okay, what do you do if a kid is left after soccer practice and it starts raining? Do you have them sit in your car with you? Do you have them sit in the car and you stand outside? Do you let them just stand out in the rain? Like, I'll never forget that. And our response to it was, our group was, well, we'd like, as the coach, we'd sit in the driver's seat and the kid could be in the back seat, and then there's separation and we're both dry and I'm not driving anywhere. And we wait for the parent to arrive. And this, I remember one mom coach that was there, like freaked out, being like, no way, I wouldn't want you in the car with my child alone like that. And I'm like, well, don't be late for practice then. I'm like, so do you want your kids standing out in the rain, or do you want me standing out in the rain? You like, that was that is pretty funny.
You think about it. I know. And I do think sometimes, and I'm really big on, like in hockey, where parents don't get too involved. Listen, be there to cheer on your son or daughter. It's fantastic. But don't get, sometimes I say at practice, let them win themselves, let them take care of themselves. But yeah, there are some parents take advantage of it. It turns into like a babysitting service, right? But babysitting. But there's also, definitely the parents that are overprotective, but also overbearing. Overbearing is the more the word. They're not so concerned about their child, but they're concerned about everything around their child. That's for sure. Oh, I
know. We ran into a couple parents that we had some issues with. One in particular, when on our women's or girls team at the time, he is very, very competitive. His daughter was a good soccer player. But his son plays in one of the leagues in Europe now, like very good. But the son was like 8 or something at the time, maybe even younger. But this guy, he was just not nice. And he came up to one of our players one time and said that it's because of you that you guys lost the game. And we're like kids. We're just kids. Wow. And she started crying and like, my dad. I don't think he ever came back. His daughter was late for a game, and she was benched, and she missed a practice or something. So she was benched for like the first half, and the dad came over and just pulled her, and I don't think we ever saw her again. Those are the rules. Like it goes for everyone. I'm his daughter, and if I'm late, I'm benched. Like that's how it works.
I know, and that the father's missing the whole point, right? It's the life lessons that your father's trying to teach his daughter, and he's
right.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I guess I had the old farm parents who was like, if you want to do it, Tom, you do it. We're out of it. We'll drop you off at the rink and pay for your equipment, but that's it. You're on your own after that. So it was great. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's how you get, like, as a kid too. You really get a passion for it too, right? It's like, it's your thing. You see, the more work you put into it, the more you get out of it, all those things. So
Yeah. But it's
I
good
like
for kids to have that opportunity to talk to and connect with an adult that isn't their parents, because they don't get that a lot.
Yeah.
And teachers are on a different scale, because a lot of kids are frustrated with teachers, not because of the teaching, but because of the learning experience, right? And being captive like that. Whereas as a coach, I had so many kids open up to me about things and become friends. Because their parents weren't there, but because they were given the opportunity to be treated as an equal to an adult.
very true.
So if there was something going on with a kid, it really does allow that. If you do it right, if you can be that kind of coach, which I think you should, everybody should be that's a coach, can really help a child in the sense that there might be something going on at home, to have that safe place. That, or safe person.
Yeah. Well, where I am here, there's a lot of successful people, but part of the byproduct of being successful is you're away from home a lot, right? You're not spending as much time with the family. So especially a lot of the dads, work in the financial industry. And I was a young boy, and I knew his father very well. He's a great guy, but he was very busy. He was, out traveling all the time and everything. And the boy was kind of acting out, and he broke down and started crying one time with me. And he would open up and says, "Listen, my father's just never around. And I really miss him. I want to be there for him." And it was kind of sad in one way, but it's also like, okay, obviously he feels comfortable enough with me to say that stuff. So now, okay, how do I handle it and do the right thing? He's we've stayed friends for a long time. He's quite a guy. So yeah, it's good. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So you guys that's right. I'm Canadian. I forget. Canadian Thanksgiving is like a month ago. What was it? When was it? November?
In October sometime. Yeah. While I was on Race Rocks. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So we have our Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple of weeks, and we had a show this morning. We were talking about all the turkey and gravy and stuff and everything. Oh, that's one of my favorite meals of the day, or the year, I should say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, good. Well,
so delicious. So I miss my dad always made turkey soup afterwards.
Oh, is that right? Nice.
Oh yeah.
Right. Good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Well, okay, so big news here, everybody. Jill is off the market. Very. Actually, she's lucky. She has Ryan as her guy. Great guy.
Sneaking around.
Oh, is he sneaking around back there? That's good. We'll definitely go on the show. Very happy.
He just moved in here, so a couple weeks ago, I guess. So he's still unpacking and scoping it out. And then he's been at my place a whole bunch, helping me out too. So
we see him in the background there. We just saw him walk by.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's probably doing it on purpose.
He wants to get on the screen. Is that what it is? He wants to get on the camera? Okay. All right.
I can see it. He's a character.
We are all very happy for you. You're a great person. Glad that's going on. And I will definitely do some videos tomorrow from that Veterans Day parade. And it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So
I'm looking forward to that. Perfect. Yeah, that's so amazing.
Yeah, be good. I'm excited. All right, man. Good job by you. Happy. And we're going to again let Ryan get to know you even a little bit longer, and then we'll have him on in a couple weeks so we can really grill, really dig down deep, like the real background story for Joe Brown. Right? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he'll give you all the goods on me for sure. Totally. He's got his stories too, but yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Well, he's got to know me because we've gone camping now because of the camp. We did a couple camps together, so he got to know me on that kind of level, as a guide and then just as a friend for a long while. Yeah, that's so excellent.
Perfect. Good job. Excellent. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody. Take care.